Neck of the Woods here with another video. So 3 months ago, I started my reality of Los Angeles series. And at the beginning, I briefly mentioned um, my experience in Tennessee. Of course, I was talking about it in a way just to lead up to uh, me living in LA at that present time, and which is now. So I'm just gonna briefly mention it again. So I was born and raised in Orange County, Southern California, which is a suburban area outside of Los Angeles. And then I graduated high school, and a month after I graduated, my mom passed away. I was 17 years old and a half. And then I was shipped right to Tennessee. My dad, he was living in LA at the time. Well, he still was. And I asked him to take me in, and he refused to do it. Typical of him. He's a piece of shit. So, so I had no choice to move to Nashville, Tennessee, and I stayed with my grandmother, and I started my new experience in life. Also, I was a very shy dude. I was very shy and also very confused and overwhelmed because my mom had passed away, and me and her didn't have a good relationship growing up neither. It was not too much better than my dad. I don't think it was really any better. The only difference was she was raising me because she's the mom, she's the woman, and that's what happens in this society. So, so I started my new life, my new experience, and I was open-minded about living in Tennessee. And I enrolled into a college. It was a HBCU, which stands for Historically Black College and University. Or I just say it was a school that was primarily African American or black. And this was a new experience for me because I've never been around lots of black people for an extended time like that, aside from when I was around my family. And I actually look forward to it because I wanted to, I guess, get in touch with my blackness. And so I was in school, and I just was slowly, experiencing and observing what was going on. It was a new experience. I still didn't know um, how to process it because of what I was going through. Very shy. As I kept living in Tennessee, I got used to the culture, the overall culture in Nashville in general and down south culture, which was pretty similar to Nashville, the overall general southern culture. Now I notice um, it is very different there. I didn't initially hate Tennessee. I grew to hate Tennessee. But the first year, the first couple of years I was there, I liked it. I loved it. And really, what I loved, that's the LAPD flying over in their helicopter. But anyhow, so what I liked about Tennessee was really because it was a different experience for me. That's what I like. It was different from what I had been exposed to or experienced growing up out here in Cali. Well, that didn't last very long. I soon noticed how like the culture just really didn't make any sense to me. Like the older people, it's all about older people. They are held in such high esteem here. And this isn't just black people. This is white people as well. Both black and whites believe this. The down south people believe this. And it doesn't matter what kind of person this person is. If they're like 50 something or 60, they could even be 40 something or even 30 something. If that person's older than you by like many years, you gotta like respect them. And just off top, that's just what you gotta do. And I'm not saying I believe in respecting people, but it shouldn't be because of age. You just respect another human being because they're a human being, not any special preference because they're old per se. And also because what happens is these older people they take advantage of that supposed respect, and it becomes a problem. You could even have someone who's like a mass murderer or a rapist or a crackhead, drug addict. It doesn't fucking matter what kind of life they live, what kind of person they are. But if that person is like 30 years older than you, you gotta show them respect. I don't know. I don't really agree with that. That's just me. You have to say ma'am. You have to say sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. That they really believe in that. It's a high premium of that, and I was not trained to say that. Even surprisingly, I was raised by my mom, who's from the South. She's from Tennessee, and even as strict and psychotic as she was, she didn't even train me on that. She didn't demand that. I don't think it wasn't that she didn't agree with it. I just think that she was so busy just trying to control my life. She probably forgot to teach me that and demand that from me. But yeah, and I've never really said the whole yes ma'am, yes sir. Like I was living there for many years before I kind of slowly started incorporating that into my verbatim, my vocabulary. Yeah, I got into a lot of trouble. People look at me crazy because I did not say sir or ma'am. So that's one thing. The other ignorant thing is, oh yeah, since I didn't speak, I spoke a certain way. Many of the black people, they thought I was white, or well, they called me white. They called me white boy. They said I spoke proper, and they said it in a way that was like kind of condescending, and like it was like not a good thing that I spoke the way I spoke. And then a part of that ignorance, they always ask me, oh, this is the ignorant. So I'm from California, and they always ask me, am I from up north? Nothing against people from the north, but they always ask me, are you from Ohio? Are you from Indiana? Are you from Illinois? Are you from up north? I guess down south people, when you hear someone who doesn't have a down south accent like you, and you think it's proper, you automatically think it's north. You know, last time I checked, California is not north of Tennessee. I mean, how can you just assume I'm from the north? I don't know. I mean, you just ask me where I'm from and I'll tell you. But that was the ignorant, you know. So if you speak English without an accent and sounds proper, you're automatically from the north, whether you're really from the north or not. Um, oh, this is what really pissed me off the most. So I ran into, oh yeah, the culture. Down south people believe in this living in a box. Everything, their whole thinking, their whole outlook is rigid, like strict in a box. They're like the most religious people. Everything's all about Christianity. There's God, 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 Jesus, Jesus, Jesus for everything. Both black and white people, especially the black people, which made no sense to me because the way those niggas was treated down through slavery and Jim Crow era, Where the fuck was God at? Where was Jesus at? Now, I already did my religion videos and talking about Christianity. I'm not going to get into that here. But that was stupid. That was ignorant. And to them, they will always say, oh, I'm going to pray for you, pray for your soul, so you don't go to hell because you need Jesus in your life. Drive me crazy every single time I heard that bullshit. You know, and I look at them like, what has Jesus done for you, you poor ass? Oh, Jesus has blessed me. Oh, okay, so you don't have two pennies to rub together, but Jesus has blessed you. You see how stupid these people are? Don't get me started. Don't let me get into that. Um, Another stupidity thing about them is like basically they're just so backwards. They're so ass backwards on everything. You know, 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. Left means right. Right means left. Up means down. Right? Whatever that is considered. Like, okay, you have plenty of stupid people in LA. But in California, out here, stupid is stupid. And people will call you out on your stupidity. In Nashville, no one calls anyone out on their stupidity or ignorance. They don't. Being stupid is cool over there. Being ignorant is cool. And if you're like even remotely intelligent, then that is not cool. You see the absurdity? So I'm not going to make 10 videos talking about Nashville like I did LA. To me, there's really nothing to talk about. Now, I will give this disclaimer. I'm only talking about my experiences when I was in Nashville, and my experiences during the time I moved there in 1999, and I moved away and I moved back to California in 2007. I spent 7.5 lost years there. I made some good friends. You know, they were smarter than most other people there, and I had to always constantly grill them and train them on something that I felt was ignorant or stupid, and I'm sure they didn't like it, but I didn't care. You can't hang around me being ignorant and being stupid. I'm not accepting it. I'm not. I would never accept that. So, and I think they eventually grew to, well, they eventually appreciated me for it, but at the time they really didn't like it. I said, hey, I'm not calling you stupid or ignorant. I wouldn't be hanging with you if I really thought that. I'm just trying to help you out, but, they got that culture there, man. Um, but in this video, I was just basically talking about my general overall experience in Nashville, Tennessee, um, during the years of 1999 into 2007. And I have been back and visited Nashville since then, and it has changed. It's changed a lot through gentrification, and it's become a Todd and Steve city. And when I say Todd and Steve, I'm talking about a certain type of white people, white guys, the yuppies. That's what I refer to as Todd and Steve, the young white professional, upwardly mobile professional white guys who have lots of money, large sums of disposable income that they get from working their white collar jobs or being the son of daddy or mom and dad. And Nashville is like basically kind of like, like Seattle, Portland, Oregon, Denver, Colorado, Minneapolis. And there's a few other cities in America that's basically like on the list for Todd and Steve people. So, and Nashville has become that. But it only started becoming that like as I was leaving, and it's grown into that more so. But when I was there, it was a bunch of ignorant, raggedy ass people. And that's all I gotta say on that. I'll talk to you guys later.